Well, welcome in to the cosmic time, our cosmic watch. We'll have a cosmic chat. I'm Franklin, the astrologer, and in the next hour, we will chat in our chat room here with subscribers who will let us know how their week has been going, and we'll look at what's upcoming for them. We have very generous people who are with us in the room. People who are willing to discuss their own lives, their own problems and mistakes, to help us, to help each other, to see that we're all doing. We're all reacting to the same things, gravity, right? And also tonight we invite you as you deal with the psychics here at weforetell.com. We have a new link up on the board here, as you'll see, and this is a how-to link, how to use the new weforetell.com. We are ever evolving to meet your needs, to be in today. And the systems, the tools are just fantastic now. And for a tutorial on how to use weforetell.com, you click on the link there, and it'll show you how to have private readings with the different psychics who work around here. And also the content that we keep stored on YouTube. And then these are the astrological forecasts for each of the signs. For there's a 3-month run there, so you can look ahead and then see what's coming in the upcoming months. And also, there are compatibility videos where we take the different signs and show what a mixture of those signs will produce, what sort of a relationship you will be dealing with. And of course, in the chat room with us, also all the content is also on Spotify now. And in the chat room with us first off tonight is Heather, saying good evening. A good evening to you, Heather. Nice to have you in the room. What's on your mind tonight? Is there a specific question that you want to start with, or would you rather that I try to just pull from your guides, and then this is how I work? I use the guides of the people that I'm doing the reading for. Heather says, get things ready for the foster kids and whatever they have for me. Heather has been working for the last few months on getting ready to be able to bring foster kids into the home. What a wonderful thing to do for others. And if I look at the situation right now, Heather, as to where you are in this this new adventure that you're about to go on, oh, that's beautiful. What you're offering, it is love, pure love, and this is what you're going to receive back. See what you're giving away, what you're what you're providing is going to come right back to you. The love. And that's what cups are all about. It's love. You're going to have a, a wonderful return on the investment of your time and energy here, Heather. This is, and see what that also shows is the compatibility of the ones who are going to come to you. It's and, and children have a way of feeling emotionally what we adults really have in our heart. Heather says, I have a lot to do yet, still very excited about it. And that's that's the feeling that's really driving the whole thing. You have this anticipation of how wonderful this is going to be. You've already been shown just by reaching out, just by qualifying, getting everything set, how much your life has changed, how better people are reacting to you and are coming to help you, wanting to help you. Heather says, our students usually come to me for comfort. Yes, yes. There's there's such an aura around people who are able to open themselves and um, not be afraid of soaking up all the bad karma that's laying around out there. And when you're with children, especially, you can drop your guard and be able to be just loving and open. And that's exactly what you get back from them. The return is just incredible. And to think that you can really be an influence for good in someone's life, and be one of those circumstances beyond our control that just swoop into our life and change our life for either good or bad. You can be this warm breeze that encompasses these children and takes them from an anxiety-ridden situation, right, where they're never really at ease, never really comfortable because of the situation that they're in, and you can be that circumstance beyond the control of all the suffering that they've ever had. You can change this. This is the one way in the world that you can change the past. You can heal the past. If you don't try to get revenge on people, because that has no healing value whatsoever. When you forgive people for not being perfect, forgive them for being in circumstances beyond their control, instead of trying to blame them and punish them, then everything comes out right. It's really there's such an aura coming off of you right now, Heather, that and this is why I say your entire life must be changing for the better. Everyone must be reacting from their heart instead of their mind, right? And giving you all the assistance that you need, knocking away that red tape that can be so impossible to deal with until times are right, and then suddenly it's just smooth sailing. And when you walk right through a process like Heather has just done, this is your spirit guides telling you you're doing the right thing. Keep on doing what you're doing. When there are no obstacles being thrown in your pathway, when everything is just a stepping stone to help you get higher, to achieve the altitude where you'll be able to be that great influence and to really be able to help people. So you, Heather, what you've been able to do is to change your life by reaching out and cooperating with other people, right? Instead of um, keeping all that love right there in the home. You've reached out and spread just like rays of sunshine. It's going to shine on everybody. The sun shines on every spirit on this earth in equal measure to show us that we're all loved, that we're all a part of the same thing. Heather says, yes, I have noticed a couple in the building, and they've been seeing more and know what I'm doing. Yes, yes, there's such a generation of thought. Uh, thought, good thought creates good thought, good karma, and it reflects and it comes back to you. It's a wonderful thing to be able to send your good karma out into the world and have it reflected back to you. In this age of such a frightening world out there, and so many people trying to take advantage of each other, when you can have an honest and true moment with anybody in this world, that's why we're here, is to be able to help each other and to show each other by admitting that we make mistakes. We show each other that it's okay to make mistakes. And that this is how humans learn. It's and the wonderful thing about humans is that they don't just learn from their own mistakes. We can watch each other. We can cooperate and learn from each other. Learn not to get too high with success, and to not get depressed when things are not going well. It's staying on that middle path where we can all walk together. And Heather says, sure do. Yeah, yeah. It's such an uplifting feeling to have total power over another spirit, the way you do over a child or, say, a pet. And to be good to them when you don't have to be, when nobody's watching, when it's just you and God and the child or the pet. And children have that wonderful ability to be able to not only see through any disguise that we put up in front of them. They also have that wonderful ability to mimic whatever they see. And that's why we have children, is to show us just who we really are, and what we look like to the rest of the world, because they're going to imitate us no matter what we do. And to give any child on this earth something worth imitating, instead of what so many are influenced by in this day and age. And you see by young people's reactions to things like movies or television shows how effective influencers are. What a huge difference you could make by giving a child a good self-image rather than a bad self-image. How they think about themselves. I mean, think about your pets, right? How you treat that pet is how that pet's going to act. how 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 we treat other people is basically how they treat us. And one of the things that anger does to you as a human being is it creates an aura that can be felt, almost seen by some people, that that shows other people they should be afraid of you. They should fear you. And so often we use that to our advantage, seeing that someone is afraid of us, and we press that advantage and we take advantage of them because it's easy to do. Because things like that are so easy to walk into. It's to be able to control every decision in your life every day. Well, that's Zen. That is being above desire. Desirelessness is what the ultimate Zen is, to have no desire for anything. And this is why temptation exists everywhere we look in this world, because we're all on trial. We're all being tested. We're all in this life to learn our karmic lessons. How are we going to learn them unless we make mistakes, unless we give in to temptation? This is why we have reincarnation. Nobody can, no matter how hard they try, nobody can do it all in any one lifetime. Reincarnation means that life is free range over multiple lifetimes. And the reason that we are shown visions, dreams that seem to come from previous lives, of course it's to learn from this, but it's also to tell us that this is not the only chance. This is not your only rodeo. This is you're going to. The Buddha could recall over 300 different lifetimes. And so it is possible for a human to be working more than one karma. Right. There are people who are in my karmic life, who are now in this life right now, always in lives that I am in, who also have had other lives with other people. And I'm talking about my wife here. She has experienced lives with a whole different cast of characters, and it lets me know that some people are able to work more than one karma. Imagine the confusion that this causes as we're all trying to find our life path, all trying to discover where it is we're going to. And we keep bumping into each other, running into each other, because some of us never seem to learn from the past. And that's wasting a lifetime. If you don't learn anything from the past, you have wasted the past. And here's Cody joining us now in the chat room. Cody, what about this full moon under Leo? Has it put you into gear and got you out there in that fire sign Leo mode of I can, I am. That's what we're all feeling and have for a day or so now. The full moon is the closest heavenly body to you and I right here, right now, and it's the most effective thing. Cody says, yeah, yeah, kind of did. Well, it February has been a real up and down month. Remember, this is a now we're into the leap week, right? Of the leap month. This is the leap year. We're going to have a February 29th. And this is because of the imperfections of the universe. There's not 365 days in a year. There's 365 and 1/4 days in every year. And every fourth year, with all those 4 quarters come together, and we have a February 29th that has to be accounted for so the calendar works out. And here's Larry now joining us in the chat room. And the yeah, Cody says it's been a very up and down month. This month is when, remember, that the new year finally began in Chinese astrology. Begins on February the 10th, the new year. So this is the year of the dragon. Now, in Chinese astrology, there are also 12 signs, right? And what they do, rather than move through the signs during the year, is they devote one entire year to a particular sign. And that sign this year is the year of the dragon. Now, what do we know about a year of the dragon? It would have, the last year of the dragon would have been 12 years ago, 2012. An election year, 3 presidents ago. 2012, February of 2012, is when Neptune entered Pisces. And this will go on for one more year. We're about to go into the final part of this phase where we are all being uplifted. And this has been going on since 2012. And if you'll think back to what you were doing in 2012, you can see a real pattern of what is going to take place this year. In the year of the dragon that's come back around. So where did we get to on readings? Now, Larry is standing by, but Cody was first. Cody, let's see. Yes. So looking back to 2012, boy, you can see a lot of things that are going on. Cody, for you, if I draw a card for you now, it's I believe the same thing that we saw last week. It's you bringing to an end the old cycle and getting ready for the surprise that's going to happen next. This is you like waking from a bad dream from the painful past. So if there's been like a physical problem, it's been overcome, and you're just realizing that now, that wow, I feel better, and maybe it was a mental problem, and that person has moved off of the scene now. So, and Cody says, very true. So So what's going to happen next, Cody, is what you want to know. And what's going to happen is money, money coming to you. Man, it's you taking the next step, and that means releasing the past, letting go of the past. Sure, that's what we were just looking at there. When you are able to totally release the past, you're going to find you've got 4 times as much money, 4 times as many friends, 4 times the influence. It's just gonna fall all over you. That is. Yes. So very good times are on the way. Now, Larry's been standing by forever here in the chat room. Larry, how are you this evening? I'm gonna I'm gonna open up with pulling a card on you and see where we have you tonight. Ooh, leaving, going away. Uh, there's the full moon, so it's now. It's it's that someone in your life is going away, right, Larry? This is most likely who you're working with there, uh, and and so this is happening right now. That's what is going on right now is bringing this to a head, bringing that situation to a conclusion. And the great thing about it is you don't have to be there. And as we had seen before, that you might be the catalyst for that person leaving. I think this can all happen, and you don't even have to be a part of it. And then this really opens doors. This the reason that person is walking away is because of the amount of good things that are coming into your life, Larry. Yes. Yes, the out with the bad and in with the good. It figures. Uh, Here's um, yeah, yeah. Larry said that this particular person in his life has more lives than a cat, and that's it's the 9 lives of a cat. We talked about that the other day, right? Where in folklore, witches can turn into a cat, and 8 times they can then return to their original self. The ninth life of a cat, the witch has to stay with the cat and in the cat for that entire lifetime. Cody says, "Weekend, I'm going to celebrate Jackie Gleason's birthday next Monday." Oh, so Gleason is well, not quite on out to the uh, the leap year day, and Larry, of course, has his a very close relative has the birthday on leap year, and always cuts his age in by 4, right? Divide by 4 because it's born on leap year. So with all this coming up, Cody says, I do this every year. Can't wait to celebrate. And in this, the year of the dragon. Well, see, this going back to 2012, if think about all the things that started in 2012, they're going to finish up next year by March of 2025. We're in now, we're going to hit the last year of things finally coming to a conclusion, the things that began in the year 2012. And by looking back 12 years, you can see the you can see the reason that in Chinese astrology they track it a full year at a time, because truly that's the way we remember the past, right? It is what year what was going on. Cody says, Cody said he was only 16 in 2012. And that, well, um, that means you were a grown up. You were treated as a grown up. That's one of the huge changes that have come into the world in just the past 50 years. Children used to be so protected, even from themselves, right? And what happened in the 1960s was children took their power, and they were empowered by the fact that they had money. It became such a common thing all around the country to give an allowance to children. And that's something that we learn by watching the families on television. Now, Arv is here and saying hi to everyone. Arv, is there a question you'd like to begin with tonight? Or would you like me to just pull a card on you as you come into the crowded room here? What am I feeling from Arv? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Uh, uh, Misdirection, miss. This is someone who's not telling you the whole truth. Someone who is using you, manipulating you, trying to trying to use misinformation. Telling someone has told you something or about somebody and it's not true. Someone is trying to manipulate you, to get you to think a particular way. They're trying to take you down a particular rabbit hole, right? They're looking one way, and their actions are going the other way. They're thinking one, and their actions are going the other way. They're and they're messing up. They're losing track, and they're losing you. You've seen through this, haven't you? Yes. And says, interesting. And yeah. See, people when people think that they know what's best for you, or it says my golf team. Yes, you can lead the horse to water, but can you make them drink? Right? You can give all the advice in the world, and people still have their own way of doing things. Cody says this weekend I would probably be watching Gleason in the 2 hour special Career and the longest variety shows between 52 and 70. That is an incredible run for anyone, and to think that all of that is put on film. It is available for someone for let's say Cody wants to become an entertainer. That would be like the the tapes or whatever that Superman's father left for Superman, right? Here's all the knowledge in the world, and that's exactly what we have in video now, and what we also carry within ourselves. Arv says, "I'm done with him." The elected board. Ooh, well. Hierarchy is always a problem. Anything that has a president, vice president, is going to have problems. When you set yourself up that way, right? And somebody has to be in charge. This is getting stuck in the past. This is that religions, governments are really stuck in the dark ages, in the way that they treat their citizens and try to pee on them and tell them it's raining forever. Ours says right, yeah. Any elected board, oh man, it's and you see it at its very worst form in politics. The people who came up with the concept of this country never meant for there to be professional politicians. It was supposed to be citizens taking turns. The only reason they really had Congress people and senators was because it was too hard to travel from one point to another to be able to vote. All the people couldn't get together. So they that's why they had the representatives. Someday we're gonna figure out the uselessness of the representatives and cut out the middleman. And it, if you can give away in the lottery these fantastic sums of money when everybody's trying to cheat, trying to get that money, then you can allow everybody to vote on the telephone. There has to be a way to do it and secure it. Let everybody vote. And wow, you wouldn't really need politicians, would you? Cody's saying most of the shows, and he's talking about the old Gleasons here, we're on kinescopes, and yeah, they look pretty strange now. Be able to find more of these live shows on on cable now, on the different ways you can build your cable. There are uh, networks that are devoted to just that. To I believe everything that has ever been recorded is available. Very much like music. You, if something was recorded 100 years ago, it is available to you right now. The way that music has progressed is and made itself available not only to all of the admirers, all of the listeners, but to anyone who wants to make music. That was always the thing about pop music. To sing along with it, right? Yeah. Now here's Alberto saying hello. Alberto, would you like us to pull a card for you? Or is there a particular question in your mind? Anything that you'd like this crowd to have a look at and help you decide as to what would be the best path? And that what our guides show us is that only the past is written in stone, because there are always multiple choices of what you're going to do in the future. And that's what your guides show you when they show you the future, is they um, they show you what is possible, the best that's possible if you do the work. Alberto says, Maria Teresa. Maria is his person of interest, and we're going. Uh, are we going to fix so there's problems, there's issues? Alberto, let's see the two of you. Will the two of you still be together? Will you be together in, say, 6 months from now? Only if you're able to drop what you're talking about here, the problems. So the problems are fixable. It's a matter of one, pride, ego, who's right. If the two of you want to concentrate on who's right, then no, I don't think that's not going to work. But all you have to do is get together, compromise, and things will be much better. This is a fixable problem, and it's a problem of balance. And as everything in the world is, ions trying to balance with electrons. That's what builds everything in the universe. It's just like humans trying to balance with humans. It's an ongoing thing, Alberta. This is not. I've been married over 50 years. We still have problems. We work it out. We talk. The problems never end. Here's a thing to think about, and this is from the Buddhists. Pleasure only comes to us created by the end of the difficulties that we get ourselves into. You create everything. It's your world. You get to create it. Cody says, and another one I have is special guest Tony Arden. Sketches of honeymooners. All the different characters who succeed in jumping from the 1950s to where we are today, and you can still watch these and be entertained. I mean, they're not going to drop the F word on you. It seems very strange, but you can see that people really don't change. People are the same. The things that made those people laugh 75 years ago will make you and I laugh today. The same, Jack Benny dramatic pauses are just as effective today as they were, and this is why the invention of videotape was such a fantastic leap, and the only problem with videotape was that the studios kept burning down, and so much of the work was gone. So when we got to the digital age, my God, store it in a crystal? What are they even talking about here? Store it in a cloud? And to have a storage method that's perfect. Think about how that's going to change the world. And also, think about the fact that you carry movies within you of everything that you've ever seen. You have the ability to recall anything that's ever happened in any of your previous lifetimes. And what you have to remember is that your spirit guides are forever editing those movies. As you and your guides work together to justify whatever it was that you did. The further away you get from it, when you look back on it, it's easier on you because your guides are using these things. They want you to be able to learn. And as you go through life, the lessons change. Of course they do. But they're still using those old videotapes in your mind, those old loops, to teach you new lessons. This is why they have to edit. This is why they have to change them. This is why your past actually changes as you think about it. you can change your past. Now, how about that? That's kind of a fantastic thing to know. If you can change the past, you know you can change the future. Why not make it the way you want it? Why not cooperate with everyone? Why not be like Gleason and Skelton and Burl? There were only 3 networks. There was probably only one studio where they were all recording, right? Get out of the way. I've got to put mine on now. So, and very much, yes, Cody says it like in the vaudeville days where all this entertainment comes from. Um, people people were very starved for entertainment. And this is why movies became such a phenomenon and became such a part of our lives. And you won't find anybody on the planet who's never seen a movie, even today, And these are what we have in common. These are what bring us together. When you look at old television with 3 channels versus cable with 500, you can see why the country is so splintered. Why we all believe that we're right, and that makes everybody else wrong, because we've been groomed to do it through all the commercials you've ever seen, through all of the shows that you've ever learned. Think about the lessons learned from Leave It to Beaver, right? Somebody somewhere was actually learning the lessons. Think about all the people who learned how to get along by watching Andy Griffith and the crowd on Mayberry. And I just can't imagine that you could come up with a better way of teaching people how to be together. And here's SJ joining us, saying hi. And today is your birthday. Ooh, SJ. Today is, February 23rd. And you're a Pisces, of course, a very intuitive person who believes in illusions. and if you believe it, it's real. Yeah, gotta let to somebody who's not a water sign. Fantasy and illusion. That's what Pisces are all about, what they build their lives around. And to be born today, you have Leo as your rising sign. Leo's the moon sign out there tonight. So that means you are in the waters of the world. You're a shark. Uh-huh. You are that Pisces that is going to get it done no matter what it takes. When you got that Leo, boy, that's something for the people who are born today. Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. SJ, it's what this date adds up to is a 1-5 equals 6, and that is a person who is able to uplift other people by by saying and what they do, letting others learn from your teaching. Your life is your teaching. The way that you react to other people, the way you react to everything that comes into your life, all those changes, that's your teaching. You don't have to worry about what's my life purpose, because your life purpose, if you really want to know, is to die. Your life purpose is whatever seems hardest to you, whatever seems most impossible. And that would be to die and be reborn into another life, isn't it? Of course it is. Cody says Pisces are known for dreamers. And it's not like Aquarius where you dream of the future. Pisces is continually dreaming of the past, which is ever changing because your guides are editing it. This is why Pisces is two fish swimming in opposite directions. That's the material world and the spirit world. And sometimes they actually mix, right? Only only a water sign gets to see both sides. And it's that being an open door, SJ, that is really your fate, right? SJ says, please pull a card for me. SJ, ooh, have a decision to make. And here's the wonderful thing, SJ. No matter which way you decide, it's going to work out. You don't fret over this. Let it happen, because either way, it's going to work out. You can see your back is to the wall. The water is behind you here, so you've got to make this decision. But you're making it harder than it needs to be. It'll work out either way. Do what seems to be right. That's all you got to do. Cody says, I remember searching on the day Jackie Gleason was born on a Saturday. Make good sense because Gleason was. Are people fated to do what they do? Some certainly seem to be. They certainly seem to fit in perfectly with the times. And the thing about the honeymooners in particular, that skit that they do on the Gleason show, that became so well known that it became the template for so many other shows. So the Flintstones, of course, that's Gleason, Fred Flintstone, right? We'll put him in a bear skin, and that went on for 20 years after that show was gone. People so identified with the characters, a New York City bus driver and his wife. And of course, she stays home. What else is she going to do? What else would she be allowed to do? and here's something you got to remember: the concept of the honeymooners. The concept of the honeymooners, right, really comes from Amos and Andy, right? It's you know, Sapphire, her mama, is causing all the problems. The most of the characters that we know from even the greats are a combination of them using other people's material. One of the big things about vaudeville was they all stole from each other because they all watched each other on stage. So you got to be careful of the people that you're working with. Everybody has to work together. With the way that comedy has gone recently to become attack comedy has um, changed the focus because the whole world seems to have taken on such a hardcore, such a meanness, such a um, strike first. I think that's really the problem. People believing that what they have already done seals their fate, that they can't change. These are the ones who want to live in the past, and this is the awful thing that we see in politics is people who cannot get past their own past. People who are still saying the same things they were saying 12 years ago. Right? That means they've learned nothing from the past. And what does that mean? It means they'll have to repeat it. So these people that you hear repeating the same words over and over again, they are stuck in the most comfortable step of their karmic path. They can't move on. Until you release the past, you can't move on to what comes next. They're stuck on the ladder, right? On the most comfortable rung, and they're just sitting there on the ladder. They're in the way. They're blocking progress, blocking what is supposed to happen in this year of the dragon. That's right. That's right. As we all come together. See, the thing about Neptune and Pisces, which is coming to a head in one more year, is that the world is actually coming together. As horrible as it seems, as explosive as it seems, it's all a pattern that is working to bring us eventually together. You, things have to get as bad as they can possibly get before they can change. People don't like change. You know, when Charles Darwin wrote his theory of evolution, he didn't show it to the public for 20 years because he knew there was going to be blowback. He was going to be called a monkey's uncle, right? People don't like change, and change is inevitable. I guess that's why this is the earth that it is, right? That's all of our time for tonight. And the Cosmic Watch will return next time. Thanks to all of our participants in our chat room tonight. They're wonderful people to help us work through our problems and to show us that we're all the same. We all have the same needs. And please remember to hit thumbs up to show your support. Remember, we're also the contents on Spotify, and right here on the side you'll find the new link, which is a how-to video, which will show you everything that you need to know about weforetell.com. So until next week, same time, same place, I'm Franklin, and this is the Cosmic Watch. Thank you so much for being here.